Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Bryce, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Bryce's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations we give him while we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Bryce has been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we'll show you how to properly use this during your one-on-one lesson. Bryce is seated nicely on Fred's left, which is where all our obedience training is done. The first command they're going to demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash. And Fred and Bryce take off doing that now. The command you want to use for this is Bryce heel, and then you just start walking and he'll fall right in line on your left-hand side. We've also incorporated an automatic sit into this, so anytime Fred stops his feet, Bryce will sit. And there's that automatic sit there. It's important during the heeling exercise that Bryce walks at your pace on your left-hand side, as he's been trained to do. He shouldn't try to pull ahead or lag behind. If he does attempt to pull ahead or lag behind, the first word out of your mouth is no, followed by a tug and let go correction, and then you want to repeat the command to heel and start walking again. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command, which is a hand and voice command. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm an inch or so from Bryce's muzzle and the one-word command to stay. He walks out to the end of the training leash. It's a great exercise to build up self-control, and Bryce, you want to start practicing at about a minute and work your way up in increments to about 3. When Fred returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him, providing an added distraction as he goes behind him, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Bryce remains seated throughout. Fred gives him a little praise, and they take off heeling again. I'm going to show you a little more of the heel, sit, and stay. There's that automatic sit there. He gives him the stay again, and back out to the end of the training leash. And this time, instead of returning back to Bryce, he'll demonstrate the come or recall command. You want to call him in using his name in a nice voice, and he comes in and sits. Then we have an exercise called the finish. Here you're going to heel him right around the back of you, and right back to that left-hand side heel position, and he sits. Demonstrate it one more time. Leave him in a sit stay after the end of the training leash. You're going to then call him into you using his name. He comes in, sits in front. And then the finish, you're going to heel him right around the back of you and right back to your left-hand side heel position, and he'll sit. It's a good time to remind you want to work with Bryce about 15 to 20 minutes a day to practice the commands and keep them fresh in his mind. You can practice inside or outside your home and just incorporate the commands into your daily routine with Bryce. Next, we're going to show you our down commands. The first will be down from a heel position. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm straight down to the ground and the one-word firm command to down. He then gives him a stay and walks out to the end of the training leash. It's another great exercise to build up self-control in Bryce. You want to start practicing this one at about 3 minutes and work your way up to about 5. And when Fred returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him as he did on the sit stay, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. And Bryce remains down throughout. Fred gives him a little praise, and they take off heeling again. I'm going to show you that down command one more time when they come back around. Now you see Bryce is doing very well, but if for any reason he doesn't respond to one of your commands, the first word out of your mouth is always no, followed by a tug and let go correction, and then repeat the command. And Fred's going to give him the down again, and the stay, and back out to the end of that training leash. And this time he'll demonstrate the come or recall command right out of the down. You're going to call him into you using his name. He didn't sit, he got a little tug and let go correction. And then the finish, where you heel him right around the back of you, and right back to your left-hand side heel position. Nicely done. Alright, we'll give them a second to get lined up for our final command, which will be down from a distance. This will be the down from a distance. You're going to leave them in a sit stay. Walk out to the end of the training leash. It's the only time you're going to use your right hand to give the command. And Fred will drop him into a down from the end of the training leash. He'll then return back to him once again by walking all the way around and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Nicely done. Alright, we've demonstrated for you the obedience commands we've worked on with Bryce here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Bryce, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.